So Oprah, 60 Minutes, whomever, I'd like to talk to you quickly about C. Diff and the silent epidemic that it is and what you all don't know. And it's a lot. Oh yes it is. It's a lot. So let me take 5 minutes, please. Just 5 minutes is all I'm asking. Okay? 5 minutes. Then you can watch the rest of the video. I'll try to keep it as short as possible, okay? So let's see what's going on here. How about that? Is that a good setting right there? We have a silent epidemic of C. diff. No question about it. And supposedly about 60,000 people are dying of it each year. And it's the third and fourth stage that are dying. See, do you even know that there's a fourth stage? 1, 2, 3, and 4? I do. I'm a medical practitioner. I'm a whatever you want to call it. I'm very religious. I do all kinds of trail work up here. I'm only semi-employed as a handyman. Most of my time is meditating, doing wushu, eating, standing on my head, reverse gravity, praising the one Father in heaven for the creation, my part in it, this and that, sprinkling water upon my head all the time, trying to remain perceptive and understanding and trying to seek the truth. I found this truth about C. diff, very alarming truth. I have accidentally stumbled on to a formula in a pill that actually lets the medical community know that you have the first and second stages of C. diff, which are curable. It's the third and fourth stage that's not curable. Third stage, you start getting diarrhea. The fourth stage, you got it all the time, and you're even getting a green tint. Then they can test your stool and say you got C. diff and try to treat you. But you're too far along. You're far too far along to be treated. Most of you die. Over 50%, maybe as many as 80% die. What was that? So within 50% die within 30 days of detection. You see? 50% die within 30 days after detection. You're not catching it until the last stages. You're not understanding these people have it till on their deathbed. Only a few come out, and I'm saying what's happening is you're catching it in the third right before it gets into the fourth stage. Now, I caught mine in the first or second. Well, maybe a hard second before a third stage by sheer accident. But let me tell you, I'm a healthy individual. I drink certain water. I do bee pollen all the time. Real quick, bee pollen, it's in the Bible. John the Baptist lived off of wild honey and locusts. That's it. The scientists know that bee pollen, the granules, has all the nutrition, amino acids, the enzymes, minerals, proteins, all this in it to sustain life. Just the bee pollen itself has enough of everything in it to sustain a human to live. And now I guess John the Baptist needed locusts because the locusts are considered as evil. So all he was doing was eating evil up and getting protein off of it and doing bee pollen. But back to C. diff. I have symptoms that you don't even have written down there. Yeah, I can tell you that it affects the male anatomy. Oh yes, I can tell you that because I just broke out C. diff 2 weeks ago. I'd had it for 3 years. Slowly it came on me. I started feeling older, started getting some rashes on my face, started having problems that I've never had in my entire life. Never. And I was going, old age? Did I catch something? Whatever. But I worked for the VA for 2 years and they never did find it out. I had to go to a hospital. I was so weak and feeling so bad, I went to a hospital. a real hospital instead of VA, because they kept on procrastinating against me for one reason or another, always coming up for one reason or another that they could not help me. We can go into that later. But anyway, I found out I had it as soon as I saw some stools that had the mucus from the inner lining of your colon in it. I tested it, and that mucus had C. diff in it. Because that's what the C. diff attacks, is the mucus. It destroys the adherence of the mucus on the inside of your colon. It keeps all that crud from being up against the sensitive membrane of the colon. That's what that saliva, that slickness is all about. So nothing would adhere to your colon. Once you lose the things that keeps the stuff from adhering to your colon, now you're in big trouble. Big trouble. But this could persist for years and you not even know it. You can have the 1-2 stages for 4 or 5 years, maybe even longer. I'm not sure. I know I had it 3 years. November 14, and now it's December 17, right? I just got rid of it last November, in November. Okay. So we have the ability. I have the ability to tell you what pill it is that you should probably be taking that would actually show people that they had the first or second stages of C. diff. I have that, ma'am. I have that information. I have that where there's over 100, if not 200,000 people that die of C. diff a day. That's almost 70,000 a year. Look it up, see what the statistics say, and you'll say it. So I'm giving you, Oprah, in 60 minutes, the opportunity to bring this quickly to the American people. Work with me quickly. This can be done quickly. And that you get this information to the American people. So we can see what kind of epidemic we have here. We have a serious epidemic. It's no question about it. And it's a silent one. You don't know about it. They say 1 to 2 million people are getting C. diff a year now. I say 4 million to 10% of the population, which is what, 30 million? That's what I'm saying, Oprah. We can find that out in short order. I'm the one that knows a pill, but like I said, I do bee pollen. I was doing some other herbs and certain water and this and that and everything. So maybe this pill that I took doesn't work. It's good for other people because they're not as healthy or this and that. But I really think that this pill and nothing else, that's it, the pill somehow causes a brief lapse or maybe a long lapse in the positive and negativeness of that particular adherence of this mucus hanging on the inside of the colon, as opposed to falling off and you passing it with the stool that you pass, the substance you pass. You'll see all this white stuff and all this other stuff on your passing, and you will know that that is the inner lining of your colon, which C. diff is totally destroying, which means that the inner part of your colon has to produce a brand new lining. All of a sudden your body is working overtime, way overtime. And if you don't have an appendix, whoa, you're in real big trouble. And I'm going to prove that there's a large number of veterans with Agent Orange poisoning that doesn't have appendix. But that's a later story. But that's quite tragic itself. But that is what is happening. This is why people get weaker. This is So, man, there it was. I don't know how long this was. What was it? See what it says. I can't tell. I have to do it this way. 9 minutes, almost 2 minutes. Fine. Sure, you had 10 minutes to see this. You need to get together with me, ma'am. That's 828-355-4556. Let me bring forth more information. Let's sit down. Let's get this going and everything. Remember, 200 people a day are possibly dying of this disease. And I can put a screech to it. A screech, anything you want. I can put it to it. I say I can. Don't deny this accident, which many discoveries are accident. Don't let this fluke make you think, oh, it's not a fluke. This couldn't happen. Oh, no. Don't think that, ma'am. I know what I'm talking about. And I'm sorry I couldn't present this video a little bit better. That's just me, though, man. I'm not an actor. I'm not a screenwriter. I'm not a director. I'm not any of those things. I'm just nothing more than a handyman that loves traversing, trekking on mountain trails, and throwing water on top of his head, going down his third eye and his coccyx at the same time. Water from this electrical all the way to that electrical. You can get a real good high that way, people. If you know what you're doing, you can get a real good buzz. You all have a great day. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.